Good afternoon. It is once again Friday, 5:30 in the p.m. And this is your host for the next 25 minutes of Hotline 21, Danny Kenyatta Davis, and I am delighted to be here and to be with you. I have been in Chicago the whole week, and you talk about a busy week. It has been incredible. And I kind of know why the blues singer used to sing, "Summertime and the living is easy. Your dad is rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. 'Cause one of these days you're going to rise up and you'll look to the sky. So hush, little baby, don't you cry." Well, it's really good to be home. You can travel to England, you can go to France, you can go all around the world, but it's home again. And I've been home for a week. Last Sunday was a busy day. I actually visited 6 churches last Sunday. And I tell you, at the end of the day, I felt so good and refreshed and relaxed. And I had listened to all kind of great messages and interesting things, and spirits were high, and people were just doing things. And now we've got a week where all kinds of things are going on. I mean, outdoor activity almost every block you go on. People are outside doing things. Summer jobs are around for children. And some groups like the Austin People's Action Center are just having a wonderful time teaching children about technology and how to code and prepare and get themselves ready. So I am having a wonderful, wonderful time. Some of my colleagues, 20 of them, actually went to Ghana, and I trust that they're having a good time. I'm sure that they are. Celebrating, I can't say celebrating, commemorating 400 years of the connection between Africa and this country. 400 years ago, Africans were brought to this country and to this part of the world as slaves. And we've endured those 400 years. Everything has been thrown at us except the kitchen sink. And I would suspect that in some instances that was thrown also. But through it all, and in spite of it all, we continue to stand tall and keep on coming. So I trust that the summer is productive and is going to be productive. Of course, we know that next week we will have that great, big, fantastic parade, Bud Billiken Parade, largest African American parade in the United States of America. I look forward to it. I don't know when I've missed one. Don't intend to miss this one. I'm sure you won't either. And so if the weatherman is as cooperative as the good Lord has been, then we will just have a great day and people will be out all over the place. King Drive will never be the same again. So I look forward to seeing you at the Bud Billiken Parade. I'm going to be with my caller in 1 minute. But also the next week, we have our 40th annual back to school picnic and parade. That is the Danny Davis back to school picnic and parade. It will be our 40th year of doing it. And we'll be doing it in concert with the Taste of Austin, Miss Cynthia Williams, who will be doing her 38th year of the Taste of Austin, done by the Austin People's Action Council. Great community organization. As a matter of fact, they run the largest women, infant, and children's program in the state of Illinois. That is the WIC program. The biggest baby shower I have ever attended was with APAC, with 200 mothers and babies there. They do an outstanding job, and I enjoy working with them. I guess we'll go to the phone and get our first call. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Connie Davis?
James, I am doing good. How are you?
Okay, I'm gonna try to make it to your parade, to your in Austin. But when they gonna have the other thing at Malcolm X? Let me know when they gonna have after the parade. You know. Okay, what I'm trying to say, I know you said they gonna have. I'm gonna try to be there next week for the parade. But when they gonna have something at Malcolm X like they used to?
Well, we're going to have something at Malcolm X in September. We're going to have a big meeting at Malcolm. We're going to have an exhibition at Malcolm. And I'm glad that you raised the issue because Mr. Charles Sanders, who is the president of Malcolm X, is just doing a great job. And if there are any students out there who've graduated from the Chicago public schools and you don't think you have money to go away, you want to go to Harvard, but you just don't have Harvard money, you want to go to Yale and don't have Yale money, but you do have Malcolm X money. You graduated from the Chicago public schools with the B average. You can go there without worrying about tuition. So gear up and get ready. If you don't go to college, go to a trade school, go to a technology program, go and learn how to cut hair. Learn how to be a cosmetologist. Go and get yourself some training in healthcare. But get trained so that you can get yourself a good job. Take care of yourself and your family and be an asset to society. So, thank you so much, James.
I have a good weekend.
You too. And we look forward to seeing you on, if not at the Bud Billiken Parade, certainly at our 40th annual Back to School Picnic and Parade on the 17th. And James does not have to be the only caller. Our number is 312-738-1060. While you're getting your comments all together, let me tell you, the United States House of Representatives for the first 6 months of this year was on a roll. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. We passed all kind of great bills and legislative initiatives that will go a long way towards saving people's pension funds that were in serious jeopardy of being lost, of making sure that individuals have retirement benefits when they retire. You know, everybody should look forward to reaching the point where they don't have to go to work every day. Even though work is a good thing, I love work. I mean, work is indeed a virtue. Work means that you are seriously a part of what is going on in the society where you live. And so if you work, you contribute. You are an asset. You're not a liability. And so we promote work, work, work. Even in instances where we've seen people chanting out at construction sites saying, if we don't work, nobody works. If we don't work, nobody works. And so I concur with that kind of action and say that yes, if you don't work, then you're missing some of the fulfillment of life. Let's go to the phone and get our caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, good evening, Congressman.
Yes, how are
Uh,
you?
Pretty good. I
Good,
just wanted
good.
just wanted to inject a little humor in your show today. I was coming along 63rd, and I think that was right across the Dan Ryan going east last week, and I was telling my girlfriend, I said, um, that used to be an L stop there at 63rd, and it was called 63rd and Harvard stop.
Yep.
And you were talking about people going not having Harvard money. And back in the day, when people would get off, and they would always say, "I'm going to 63rd and Harvard." Well, they say I'm going to Harvard, but they were trying to say they were just like they were going to Harvard University. It was a proud stop to get off, but it was just I don't know what you want to call it. It's like one of those little short stops. And it'd be nice if they brought it back and made it part of a bigger part of the transfer system there for
Well, I
CPA.
tell you, they got a great Kennedy King over in that area. And if individuals want to do something, you know that culinary
Transfer.
arts program at Kennedy King, that restaurant they got in there, that is a top of the line restaurant. It was so good that every time Wayne Watson and I would try to meet when he was the chancellor, he'd always want to meet at the restaurant. And after going there a time or two, I knew why. So there's some good opportunities in Chicago, and we just have to make sure we take and make use of them. But you're so right about that little stop. My aunt lived on Eggleston, and I didn't always have a car. When I first came to Chicago for a couple of years, I didn't have a car. And so I used to ride the L over in that area, going to one, visit my aunt, and two, taking classes at Chicago State University. Wasn't Chicago State University then, it was Chicago Teachers College. So it's a great area, and it's a good area now, and thank you so much. All right, we thank the caller who just called, and you can give us a call also. Our number is 312-738-1060. We also had an interesting presidential debate. I got a chance to watch one of them. I didn't watch the other one because I had two town hall meetings this week. I had one on Tuesday night in Oak Park, Illinois. Very interesting discussion. I want to thank the people for coming out. And then we had one last night in Maywood, Illinois. And we had one heck of a discussion in Maywood. We got a couple more coming up next week, and we'll be having them all throughout the month of August. There are so many activities going on during August until I just don't know how in the world. And there are so many outstanding people in our city. I was just looking at a caption about Dr. Horace Smith, who is pastor of the Apostolic Faith Church, and he's an attending physician specializing in pediatric hematology and oncology at the Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. And he is also a bishop and was presiding bishop of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. So I just mentioned an outstanding individual, and I'm going to take to doing that every week, of making our viewers aware of an outstanding person in our community. This week, it is Dr. Horace Smith, and next week it will be someone else. So we are excited to make that announcement. I don't know what you're going to be doing all week, but if you're going to be doing something that is interesting and exciting, you can certainly give us a call and let us know what that is, or if you have any analysis of the debate. You know, there used to be a time when you had a whole bunch of what was called precinct captains, and people would go out and knock on doors and talk to people and tell them what they wanted to tell them about their candidates or the people that they thought they ought to elect to office. Well, there isn't as much of that in Chicago anymore. There is still some of it, and it's more noticeable in some communities than it is in others. But once political patronage, that is, broad scale political patronage, was outlawed, and once governmental units and governmental bodies started to seriously downsize, where there were not as many work opportunities in government, and once technology exploded, where in many instances there's not as many work opportunities anywhere, especially when it is just intense labor, because technology is doing so much and can do so much, until if you don't have any technical training, it may be difficult. And that's one of the reasons that we put so much emphasis on back to school, on our back to school picnic and parade, and some of the people who worked with us to do that, I want to mention Sankofa Safe Child Initiative, the Westside NAACP, Bright Leadership Institute, the Westside H.A. Hart, NACI, Walgreens, Garfield Park Behavior Hospital, Loyola University and Medical Center, Rush University Medical Center, the Anne and Robert H. Laurie Children's Hospital of Chicago, UIC Health and Hospital Systems, Community Outreach Intervention Project, Cook County Health and Hospital Systems, Norwegian American Hospital, The Gift of Hope, and I was with them on yesterday. And you know, it is such an outstanding organization because it helps people who are in need of organ transplants. And it facilitates interaction between the availability of organs and the people who need them. We are so excited because we've been working with them and with the CMS, and there are now kidneys available for transplantation that prior to now were not allowed to be used. You know, they're what they call A and B kidneys. And so the A kidneys were the ones that were used to transplant. B kidneys were not. And now CMS has agreed to allow the utilization of some of these kidneys on a case-by-case basis. And I'm told that they can extend life for people who use them 5 years as kind of an average or a norm. And 5 years to live is a little different than not being able to live 5 years. And so we're excited about that advance in medical science. We're also excited because we are told that we're right on the verge of a cure for sickle cell anemia. As a matter of fact, 60 Minutes did a show on it several months ago. And one of the reasons that research is so important is because if you don't get a chance to do the research, to do the studies, to do the trials, to work it out and figure it out, there are individuals who will suffer needlessly because we have not found what really works to assist them. And so I'm excited about the progress that we are making in both sickle cell and the progress that we're making with organ transplantation, especially kidneys. I mentioned that we had a good time generating money this year as a result of the Democratic leadership in the House. And I'll just mention some of what the Congressional Black Caucus was able to do. We requested $7.7 billion. This is over monies that would have been coming. Monies that we got over the year before for the HBCUs, $172 million over. Head Start, $11.5 billion, but $1.5 billion more than the year before. My real exciting stuff that we got for reintegration of ex-offenders, we got 100 million, 7 million over last year. Well, our time is up, and it's been good being with you. Go out and enjoy some of this good fresh air. Have a wonderful time. Come to some of our town halls next week. Give our office a call, 773-533-7520, if you want to get an update on all of the activity that we have scheduled for you. It's been a pleasure. See you next week. Until then, do something good for yourself and better for somebody else.